It's like heading into a fight armed with a map, then blindly, venturing into uncharted lands armed with only a flashlight. As a new teacher in your first year of teaching, without pre planning and organization beforehand, the workload can quickly become daunting. Welcome back to another episode of the Teacher RockStar podcast, the podcast that's dedicated to providing valuable insights, practical tips, and proven strategies to equip new teachers for success. I'm your host, Steve Hiles, retired educator, published author, and instructional coach. Join me in each episode as we offer a supportive platform for navigating the challenges of the teaching profession. Today, we're going to discuss an element in teaching that is particularly important for beginning teachers. Okay, the process of pre-planning lessons and activities before teaching them in class may seem overwhelming at first glance, but bear with me as it plays a crucial role in not just getting through your initial year, but also excelling in it significantly. Okay, I believe there are no other professions that offer the same blend of fulfillment and difficulties like that first year of teaching. You'll witness moments of great joy as you witness your students making progress while also facing some tough challenges along the way. With preparation in advance, you can ready yourself to manage both situations. Pre planning goes beyond merely drafting lesson plans or arranging your classroom layout. It's a comprehensive approach that involves familiarizing yourself with the school calendar and preparing for any obstacles that may arise with students. Moreover, it also entails establishing communication channels with parents and devising a system to keep yourself organized throughout the upcoming year. In essence, pre planning is about strategizing for the months ahead. Now, trust me, having a game plan is very, very crucial. It's like heading into a fight armed with a map, then blindly, venturing into uncharted lands armed with only a flashlight. As a new teacher in your first year of teaching, it can be quite overwhelming due to many responsibilities you'll have to manage, from classroom management and adapting lessons to different student needs, to dealing with paperwork and unexpected disruptions that may arise daily. Without pre planning and organization beforehand, the workload can quickly become daunting. However, taking the time to plan ahead before the hectic period starts will greatly contribute to setting yourself up for success. And believe me on that, okay? The key is not to strive for flawlessness, but to establish systems that help you stay organized no matter what surprises may come your way. Let's focus on the details for a moment. It's important to consider your curriculum carefully before diving in head first, okay? As a new teacher, like I did once upon a time, before the school year commences, a helpful practice is to establish a pacing guide in advance. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, break down the curriculum into weekly segments. This method provides a roadmap to follow and aids in maintaining proper progression throughout the academic year. Before the school starts, you and your students step into your classroom for the first time, okay? Getting to familiarize yourself with them is an essential pre planning step to take, even if you don't have all the information at hand initially. Okay, so most schools maintain student profiles and cumulative folders that you can go through beforehand to gain insight into their history and behavior records, as well as any other special educational requirements they may have. Now, this preliminary look gives you a glimpse of what lies ahead and helps you prepare for offering additional assistance in potential areas of need.
Are you a teacher who finds yourself drowning in the challenges of classroom management? Do student behaviors leave you feeling overwhelmed and drained at the end of each day? Picture this: a classroom where your students are not just present, but fully engaged, focused, and eager to learn. Say goodbye to classroom management stress and hello to success. The Teacher RockStar Academy course is meticulously designed to equip you with the tools and strategies needed to skyrocket your effectiveness as a teacher. Curious to know if the Teacher RockStar Academy course is the missing piece in your teaching journey? If you're ready to reclaim control of your classroom and witness the incredible impact on your students, then use the link in the podcast description to learn more about this program.
Moreover, seeking advice from educators can provide valuable assistance. All right, let's dive into the topic of routines now, which is very, very, very important. Experienced teachers often stress the significance of setting up routines from the start of the year. Okay. Take a moment during your planning phase to figure out how you want things to run in your classroom, such as how students should enter and leave the room, or how assignments will be collected. What plan do you have for transitions between activities in class? Laying down these guidelines will help you avoid numerous challenges throughout the academic year. Make sure they are crystal clear and straightforward for both you and your students to understand and follow. Okay. Remember the significance of fostering relationships with students and colleagues from the start of your teaching journey to ensure a fulfilling first year experience. Never overlook the importance of relying on your colleagues. Having a network of support can assist you in dealing with the challenges faced during your initial year as a teacher. Planning ahead isn't just about school stuff, okay? It's also important to consider your well being as well, because that first year of teaching can really drain you out. I'm here to tell you. Make sure to schedule in some me time to relax and rejuvenate during your pre planning. It's very crucial here. Think about setting goals for managing your schedule effectively, like not bringing work home on the weekends and incorporating exercise and relaxation into your routine. The aim here is to steer clear of burnout since it's a prevalent issue among new teachers. Now, I understand that it's hard to anticipate everything when it comes to teaching. It's full of moments that no amount of planning can entirely foresee. And that's all right. The goal isn't to foresee every single situation that may come your way, but rather it's about having a solid base in which to work from, a framework that can hold you during those challenging times. Believe me when I say that investing time in getting things organized and planning ahead will definitely help you navigate through any challenges that may come your way. So, what's the main thing to remember from all this, my friend? Planning ahead is key. It's like having a safety blanket in a year that's going to be full of surprises. You can't prevent every hiccup that's going to come along. You can surely reduce them with some careful preparation. Map out your lessons ahead of time. Now, I would recommend before you step foot in your classroom to have at least 1 month of lesson plans prepared. Okay. But if you can't do a month, which is what I'd highly recommend, at least the first 2 weeks. And I say that because that those first days of school are going to be extremely hectic. Okay, I can't stress that enough. Well, my friend, that comes to the end of this episode here, and I want to thank you for joining me. I trust that the advice I shared with you in getting ready for your year of teaching ahead will be of great value to you. Just keep in mind that while the journey may pose some difficulties along the way, with a proper attitude and a well thought out strategy in place, everything's going to work out fine. If you found value in this episode and would like to hear more tips and strategies, please consider subscribing to the podcast and passing it along to educators who could benefit from some extra motivation here. You've been listening to the Teacher RockStar podcast. I'm your host, Steve Hiles. Join us again, same time, same place next week. And remember, my friend, you got this.
You've been listening to the Teacher RockStar podcast with your host, Steve Hiles. We hope you've enjoyed this podcast as much as we have. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and join our ever-growing community of Teacher Rockstars. Until then, thanks for listening.